What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more trance, and we're back with some more melodic acid trance. Indeed, we're going to listen to a remix of an original trance track that I reacted to already. I think it was over a year ago. I want to say like August of 2022, which means the video will be grainier. I'll probably be talking more during the track. I get annoyed at my old videos. Regardless, it is a fantastic tune. The original, it's melancholy. The track is called See You in the Next Life, and it has this sort of looking out at the sea after someone you know has passed away type of feel to it, but it also is sort of like warm and consonant in parts. Either way, it's a really top tune, and it occurred to me the other day when I thought of that track that, there's some good remixes, and I haven't reacted to those, and when I recently shot a behind-the-scenes video over on Patreon, I had that playing because it's been in my head lately. So yeah, there's two other trance remixes as well as a Sybient, like down-tempo mix that came out years later, which I've used in one of my DJ mixes. So yeah, we'll go through the other mixes. I'm excited to do this, and perhaps you, the listener, can tell me which mix you enjoy the most. But yeah, as I said, we're going to listen to the Push remix. Push, for people into trance in the late 90s, early 2000s, needs no introduction. His tune Universal Nation is like one of the biggest trance tracks. Originally from Belgium, but moved to New York City, I think like right when he was beginning his career, and I think that's where his base of operations has been. He's gone by Mike with as if it's an acronym, periods after each of the letters, and now he goes as Mike Push, which is like he's combining his earlier stuff with his later persona and so on. Nevertheless, he is known for some really epic trance tracks and remixes in the late 90s, this I think being one of them. So let's hear it. This is Atlantis, See You in the Next Life, and this is the Push remix. Again, I don't know for sure, but I'm going to guess 99. I suppose while it's getting started here, I can look it up very quickly. We can also get it at the right tempo. Okay, so yeah, 99. Say it. Say it.
I'll see you in the next life.
This sleeve is unrelated. It's a hard house label, but I think the sleeve I had for the original fell apart, and I had to make a strategic swap. Keeping a soft rhythm on a ceramic pan or pot. Definitely less melancholic than the other version, the original.
I'll see you in the next life. life.
The acid work is not overly complex or dynamic, but it just has a really nice sonic groove to it. Very warbly, echoey. Being in a trance room is it's like a cerebral experience. Other genres like hardcore and so on could be more visceral, but like, if you're in a trance room, you're kind of like psychologically voyaging the whole time. Acid isolate. A little bass wrinkle. And that electrical force field acid.
I'll see you in the next life.
Hey, like see trance venues of my past. Not that I remember playing this track specifically. I think I remember playing the other side, the original mix, at least a couple parties. But this is one where like the B-side, it grew on me over time, or at least I now consider it on the same level, but I'm not sure I did it when I first bought it. I think the original was the one when I first had this record. Which is weird, because this one has way more acid. But I think it feels like a little more uplifting and euphoric, and perhaps at the time I was trying to spin trance that was a bit more like moody and dramatic. Oh, it's so good. That little metallic submarine pulse.
I'll see you in the next life.
That
I'll see you in
low
the next life.
electrical force field bass.
I'll see you in the next life.
Doing work throughout the track, even though it mostly goes unnoticed until it becomes a little more isolated. Yeah, top tune. Again, not the version that I first was excited about when I had the record, but asking me now in 2024, which feels weird to say, you know, I suppose it's one of those different sets, you know, different styles for different sets. Like, if I'm gonna spin a, like, moodier, a bit slower, and more, like, atmospheric trance set, I'll use the original. If I'm gonna spin a more, like, still melodic, but acid-heavy melodic trance set, definitely would use this one. I'm not gonna say if I spun a sort of up-tempo kind of harder at least, maybe not hard trance per se, but like faster and harder melodic trance set, because I have another mix of this tune that if I have a set of that type that I would perhaps use. But either way, I would say this tune I now consider it on the same level as the original, even if it's a bit different flavors. So yeah, shout out to Push/Mike, or Mike Push as he's now known. Shout out to Infusion, the label. Again, it's like so much trance back in the day, and you know, going to like physical record stores, you could just get what was there, and depending on what you flip through, maybe there were things that you might have gotten, but you didn't go through that stack over there. So there was a lot of happenstance to record shopping back in the day, whereas now, and even you know, in the early days of online, it was more targeted. You were looking for something. I don't know if I mentioned it in the original, or my reaction to the original mix, but this was actually a mistake, meaning I had heard in a DJ set this epic, like really driving and up-tempo trance track with the same sample, I'll See You in the Next Life. But it was a very different trance track, and back in the day, some of these early websites that you could buy online, they would list what the record was, but there weren't always audio samples. And I remember like, okay, so See You in the Next Life, that's got to be what that track is called. I got to find that. And then I was going around, I think it was Hard to Find Records, and I saw it, and it was like, oh man, that's got to be it. So I bought it. Now, as it turns out, it wasn't the record I was looking for, but it was a fantastic record. So yeah, those were the days. Now, thankfully, with Discogs and YouTube and you know some other like record websites, you can usually know what you're looking for in advance, but it wasn't the case back in the day. But you get happy accidents like that, where you get a record that's really great, even if it's not what you thought it would be. In any case, let me know what you think of this version, and we'll see you next time. Peace.